Hello and welcome to the first round of wheel-to-wheel racing, proudly supported by Track Racer. Tonight we're at Dragon Trail, Seaside. Joining me tonight in the commentary we have Dale Teeks. Good evening.
Hey guys, welcome.
And we also have Herbal Green Tea. Good evening.
Good evening, great to be here. Looking forward to this race.
So we've had a few technical difficulties, but we've finally got things underway, so it looks like they're going to get qualifying off straight away. So on this outlap, let's just take the time to go through the field and check out the boys' liveries. For those who don't know, this is a 5-race series, 3 races per
round.
Per round, thank you. All in the one make. So we're in the 2016 Piston Skyline, the Motul one. So as we go through the top of the field, we've got Zuzu in a beautiful My Little Pony livery. Looking fantastic there, Zoo. I'm loving it. Next we've got Smurfing Your Mum in a tribute to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Number 3, we've got Early in what looks to be a HSV livery, the Boost livery. Mobile Boost. Then we've got 4th place, we've got Vintage Racer in a tribute to Valentino Rossi. It's got to be one of my favourites out there. Massive Rossi fan myself. Looking great vintage. Next we've got Fine Moves in what looks to be a tribute to himself. Looks like he's got himself on the side of his car. So well done to Fine Moves, looking great with the silver and black. Troy HQ in a, looks to be an alcohol rip-off of Snickers maybe, but yeah, she's looking good, Troy. Tankmaster in a Castrol livery, 7th, Piper, and I don't know what his is in, but looking good Piper. Intrinsic, he's got a nice one going, I don't know what it is. We've got Connor 8th in his standard livery that he runs every season. Up you, baby. In what I've learnt is black's his favourite colour, and the orange is a tribute to his brother, who tragically passed away. But he was going to be racing in an orange car apparently. And then we've got Adam V10 in the Minions. So that's everybody. So boys, how do we think these? Who's going to qualify top of the pops tonight? Who should we be looking out for?
I saw Early practicing before. He's pretty consistent at this track. I think he'll be getting podium, and possibly Fine Moves. Expecting to see some more races in tonight, but I think some people have to pull out.
Yeah, I noticed no Pure Axel here tonight.
Yeah, Pure Axel I was going to pick for a podium, but yeah. So who's going to be your picks?
Yeah, look, I think you can't go past Fine Moves. He finished 2nd in the last season at BMW. He's always consistent. Early has shown some good pace. Look, Zuzu in the My Little Pony Nissan has shown some good pace, and Vintage Racer is also looking pretty good. So look, I think Fine Moves is going to be hard to beat. Piper will also be hard to beat, but I think being a one-make series, it might bring some unknowns into it. So I think the likes of Zoo and Vintage Racer might be ones to watch as well.
Yeah, definitely. The chicane can change that up quite a bit though. So I'm looking forward to that. Or the bus stop, as some people are calling it.
Yeah, look, you know, the bus stop, as usual, can kill your race really quickly. You know, if you have an incident through there, you're most likely going to pick up some damage, and you know, it's hard to come back from. But also, there's a few other tricky spots throughout this track. Like if we jump onto Fire Moves at the start here, so he's in first place. Coming through here into this corner, this hairpin here, it's quite crucial to get it right. But it's also easy to get sideways through here. And then into probably the most crucial part of the track is this uphill S section, where if you don't get it right, you know, you're losing a second, maybe even a second and a half sometimes up to top by the time you get to the top of this hill.
Yeah, that's right. If you don't go into the entry properly, you get thrown off at the top.
And then there's hairpin leading into the bus stop. You know, it's crucial. If you get on the gas too soon, you find yourself up out onto the wall and you can quite easily spin it. So, you know, the boys really need to be careful through there and just ease on that accelerator. So Fine Moves Piper, no surprise, they're at top of the pops at the moment with Tankmaster in third. Got Early in fourth, Adam V10, he's one I forgot to mention. No, he's new to wheel, and after making the jump up to Div 1 in the latter part of season 5, he's shown some great pace and consistency, so I expect Adam to be up there tonight as well. And what are your thoughts, Dale?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of on the same length. I think Flying Moves is going to be really competitive. He'll be right up towards the top. Hyper's put in some great times earlier today too, and I mean Tankmaster's just set the fastest time as well, so I think he's going to be right up there. I also think it doesn't really matter where Adam qualifies, or he's just chucked it up to third now. I think he's going to be in the mix as well.
Yeah, and look, for those who are new, we'll just go through how the series is going to run. So, like I said, it's 5 rounds, 3 rounds per round, or 3 races per round. The first 2 races are sprint races, so 10-lap sprint races. It'll be reverse grid for the second race, and then the third race is going to be a 20-lap reverse grid again. So, you know, you've got to do it tough, coming from the back of the grid each race for those who've come first. So it should make for some interesting racing. So let's go through. So we've got Tankmaster at the top of the pops at the moment with a 126.5, followed by Fine Moves also with a 126.5. Wheel to Wheel Piper with a 126.6. So top 3 all 126s, which you sort of expected. Adam V10 also with a 126.7. Troy HQ, he got a real surprise with a 127.2. And Early, I don't know what's happened to Early, but he's in the pits and hasn't put a time in, so... Next we've got Zuzu in 7th place. His time was a 127.339. Intrinsic did a 127.4. Vintage Racer also in the pits. I don't know what's happened to him, so he's in 9th. We've got Smurf 10th doing a 127.5. Con with a 127.7. So, you know, a second and a half sort of separates first to 13th. So it should make for some. We should see some really close racing here. So who do we think will nail the start?
I'll go with Fine Moves.
Fine Moves going to nail it.
Yeah,
These cars
on
can
the
be
inside.
quite difficult to get off the line. It's a fine line between bogging it down and really nailing it. You've also got to watch out for that twitchiness that we saw in our race. It's easy to get these things sideways off the line. So
Here we
early
go.
was a great start by the look of it. In 6, he's jumped straight up into fist behind Adam V10 there. 5 moves takes him to the first corner with Adam V10 second, Tankmaster third, Piper gets pushed back to 4th. So 5 moves gets the whole shot and it gets an opportunity to really run away with it from the start here. These cars are quite difficult in the dirty air, so 5 moves is a real advantage getting to the front of the race.
And that was a good start too. The first corner in this race is a well-known disaster zone. This race has taken off quite well.
Yeah, so all the boys, it's good to see them all get through nice and clean. So they're all bunched up. As we see Smurf and your mum just run a little bit wide there. So as they come down into the hairpin leading into the bus stop, 5 moves taken Adam B10 through, followed by Wheel-to-Wheel Piper, Early, Zuzu and Troy HQ. So let's see him go through the bus stop for the first time, see if they can get through cleanly. You've really got to commit yourself through the bus stop too. It's make or break. It's so easy to get it wrong, put it in the wall and sustain damage.
Troy's hit the wall, so we're just going to get a replay of that.
Yep. But
Yeah,
just get through the first lap. Everyone's through nice and clean except for Troy, which we'll get that replay on.
Yeah, front right corner, just hit the right side of the wall there. He's just coming through the right-hander part.
So as we see Vintage try to make a move on Intrinsic for 8th place here, he gets it done. Gives Con a little bit of a tap, and Intrinsic gets a little bit squeezed, but that's a nice racing there from Vintage. So he's going to tuck in behind Con. So I've been doing some racing with Vintage throughout the week, and he's been quite consistent, lapping in around the 128s. We've had some great battles, but he's hustling Con at the moment.
Fighting is leading by almost a second, Adam B, and Tankmaster a second and a half behind leader. Still pretty close.
Yeah, look, the boys, they're just settling into a groove here. We see them come through the bus stop again. They're all fully committed. Nobody's lifting. They're holding it flat to the floor. But these things, they're fast and they grip up so well. It's you got to drive these cars on the ragged edge. I think that's the best way to get the most out of them.
As you were just saying, everyone's getting. As you were saying, everyone's getting through the chicane. Intrinsic made it head on.
Yeah, they're holding it flat. They're going hard. So we've got Tankmaster all over the back of Adam B10 at the moment.
Big battle going on between Con and Vintage at the moment.
And
they've
Smurf.
swapped around 2 times.
So Smurf's made a move on Con.
Yep, Con lost his tyres for a moment. Smurf has capitalised on that.
So well done to Vintage. He's got around Con relatively easy, which is usually not an easy thing to do. Con known for being a very good defensive driver. So if we move up to the top of the field, we've got Early and Zuzu having a slight battle. Small gap between Early and Piper, and then we've got a nice little battle developing between Adam V10 and Tankmaster. As we see Tankmaster just go a little bit sideways through the bus stop, lucky not to hit the wall there. But 5 moves out in front with a 1.5 second lead at the moment, which gives him a bit of breathing room, but by no means has given him the race. It's so easy to lose time around this track. As we see Tankmaster, is he going to make a move on Adam B10 here? Can't get it done. But he's certainly given Adam plenty to do at the moment.
Early's had a big loss as well, coming out of that first chicane.
unlucky early. We were able to capture a replay of that, or?
Yeah, putting the replay through now, he's just gone wide, hit the red, got a little bit of the dirt, and just spun around. And then he spun again, trying to recover.
We've got a nice battle developing between Piper. Piper's overtaken Tankmaster here, gets it done beautifully. Utilised that slipstream from getting a great run through the S's up over the hill. And then gets it done in that hairpin. So now Wheel Piper chasing down Adam V10. And Fire Move's just running away. He's now got a 2.5 second lead. So I don't know what's happened, but whether Adam just got caught up in the battle or touched the wall maybe, but Fire Move's got a 2.7 second lead now. But a nice race developing between basically second to fifth. And then we've got another battle pack starting to form up behind Vintage Racer. So Vintage, Smurf and Con all battling it out. Con and Smurf just going to have to push a little bit harder to get onto the back of Vintage. Vintage is doing a nice job keeping them at bay at the moment. But I think we stick with the main battle group and keep an eye on probably Zoo and Tankmaster for 4th and 5th. So Zuzu in that beautiful My Little Pony Nissan Skyline hustling the back of Tankmaster in the Castrol Nissan. Oh, as we see Zuzu just nudged the fence a little bit, just would have bent his mirror back.
Such a difficult spot to try and follow someone through. You've just got no visual. You just got to trust that the other person's on the right line and not get caught up.
Yeah, 100%. Look, if you, especially using your bumper cam, you're pretty much blind going through there, and you really are just using the car in front to guide you through. So Zuzu losing a bit of time to Tankmaster after touching the wall. Tankmaster all over the back of Wheel Piper at the moment for 3rd place. And Adam V10 just got a bit of breathing room between himself and Wheel Piper at the moment. And Fine Moves just continuing to increase the lead, now out to 3.1 seconds. So he's looking very comfortable at the moment.
Happy Baby is catching up on Con. Might be able to get an overtake on him by the end of the race and catch up on that mid-pack.
And Early all the way back at 12, so Early's having a terrible race. I don't see up you in the lobby.
He's in 90s.
Position.
Is he? Oh yeah, there he is.
Yep. That battle seems to have just kind of spread out at the moment. They're just following each other.
All sort of, they're all trying to catch Vintage at the moment. He's moved up into 6th place. So Vintage pushing hard, but looking good. Zuzu in 5th, he's just dropped off the back of Tankmaster at the moment, so Zuzu with a little bit of work to do if he wants to catch up to Tankmaster and Wheel Piper. He really needs Tankmaster to sort of hustle Piper up a bit to so that he can capitalise.
Smurf is making a move on Vintage on turn 1.
Can't get it done, but it's beautiful driving by the two of them. So nice driving by Vintage and by Smurf.
Not over there.
It's going on. Oh, bit of hip and shoulder. Smurf's going wide. Gathers it up though.
So very lucky by Smurf not to spin it. He spun it. And is he taken out up you as well?
He has.
So that's really unlucky, but it's so easy to do through that corner. So unlucky Smurf, you were looking strong, and you were certainly hustling Vintage at that present point in time. So Wheel Piper, Tankmaster, Zoo's getting a little bit closer, but as I said before, he really needs Wheel-to-Wheel Piper and Tankmaster to start battling each other so that he can close that gap. As we come into the start of lap 8, it's Fine Moves with a 3.5 second lead, just looking really strong at the moment, looking comfortable. He hasn't really been challenged the whole race, and if he continues at this rate, he's going to do this real easy. Adam V10's opened up a second gap on Wheel-to-Wheel Piper, but between Piper and Tankmaster's within slip distance, so if he can get a good run up through the S's, he might be able to capitalise with the slipstream that's gained up over the hill and down into that chicane before the bus stop. It's so crucial at the start of this first corner in the S's, and you're really just trying to lift off the gas, hit that apex, and then it's flat, it's holding it flat.
Here we go, Vintage is under pressure going up the snaky uphill. Might see Con make a move at the bottom of the hill. No, he's lost it. He's lost a bit of time there.
He's just within slip distance now, but he's not close enough to make a move at present. So next we've got 9th lap, Fine Moves, 4.3 seconds. He's just killing it at the moment. Adam V10 with a point. So Wheel-to-Wheel Piper is caught all over the back. So I'm going to say Adam must have touched the wall of the bus stop and given Piper a chance to catch him here, and he's all over him. So let's stay with Adam and Wheel-to-Wheel Piper, because this is where the race is at.
Yeah, Adam defended that line well on turn 1, coming off the racing line slightly onto the inside.
So Piper is in a perfect position. If he can nail this first corner and give himself a good run up the hill, he's in slip and he might be able to pull off a move under brakes at the hairpin. So, let's just see.
He's just losing it a bit, but he'll probably gather it up as they come over the crest.
Yeah, I don't know if he's close enough. We'll see. No, he's not close enough to get it done. But he is close enough to have a go at maybe the last corner coming onto that straight if he gets a run through the bus stop.
Vintage has lost his position to Con, but looks like he might be making a move now at the bottom of the hill.
Oh.
Not quite.
Adam V10's so close to hitting the wall there. But,
no, Vintage has had a spin. Oh no.
He's clipped the wall and he's spun it at the hairpin.
No, he's lost his back wheels and just gone into a spin.
Yeah. So, as we start the last lap, we've got a great battle between Adam V10 and Wheel-to-Wheel Piper. Wheel-to-Wheel Piper is all over him. He's making a move under brakes here. Is he close enough to do what he is? Can Adam keep him at bay? He does. That's great driving by Adam V10. Piper was, I thought, in front going into that corner, but Adam, great late braking and just gets it done. But it's not over yet.
No,
He's still got half a lap.
The battling has slowed them down and allowed Tankmaster to catch up.
Yeah.
He could be part of this.
Tank's going to get a great run. They're going side by side.
Oh, you don't want to be on the outside there, tuck him behind. So great racing by the boys here. So Tankmaster all over the back of Wheel-to-Wheel Piper. Tankmaster's going to make a move here. Under brakes, can he get it done cleanly? No, he can't. He's going to have to pull out of it and back behind. So his next option is probably to have a go on the brakes in the last corner, but this is just giving Adam V10 the chance to maybe pull away from... Oh, as they all come through there, nobody wanted to lift. Piper, can he get it done under brakes? He's certainly got position, track position. Oh, and he holds Adam V10 out. Great driving by Piper. Who's going to win the race to the line?
It's Adam.
Oh, it's Piper. Piper, Adam V10, Tankmaster, Zuzu. What a great finish to the first race. Piper, fantastic driving, gets it done on the last corner and holds Adam V10 out to the line. Tankmaster finishing fourth, very, very close, but you also brought Zuzu into the mix, so that's fantastic racing. Fine Moves gets it done, led from start to finish with a 4-5 second lead. But Piper, Adam V10, Tankmaster and Zuzu, fantastic racing. Four-way battle for second place. Really looking forward to the start of the next one.
Anything can happen in Dragon Trail. I think everybody knows this track reasonably well, and it's quite a popular track, so no matter what, there's going to be close racing.
So congratulations to Fine Moves. Takes the win for the first race, or the first round. So as we now Fine Moves will have to get it done from the back of the grid. So there's just going to be a 2-minute pause, and then they'll start up the next race, I believe. So well done to Fine Moves, Wheel to Wheel Piper and Adam V10. So first, second and third. So do we know who finished last?
Early just beat out
Apu and
yeah,
Early and Smurf, so they'll be top 3.
Yeah, I think Smurf was what,
Apu,
9th or 10th.
Early and Smurf?
Yeah,
Yep.
Early just beat out Apu for the second last spot.
Look, Early showed plenty of pace in practice throughout the week, so you know, if he gets a really good start and can put a little bit of gap on the rest of the field, you know, he might find himself on the podium at the end of this next 10-lap race. But you know, these cars can be quite difficult to get off the line, so you know, if Fine Moves or Piper or Adam can nail their start, they can quickly find themselves up into second or third by the first corner. I know that happened to myself at the start of the third race in our race this evening. So speaking of our race, how'd you go tonight, Dale? How'd you find Seaside in the Nissan?
I found it was a lot of fun. I think I had a bit more difficulty than I had during the week. I just couldn't get the right rhythm. First race was pretty good. I think I've consistently about 5th for most of it. I think it was just good watching the battles. Everyone was really close. There was a lot of movement going on. But yeah, that reverse race grid, that was very intense. I think off the line somebody lost it, went sideways. It was pretty intense. So yeah, second, third race, I think if you're starting towards the back, you really just got to be careful of everyone around you, because just anything can happen with these cars off the line.
It's true, as we saw in our second race when we had, I think it was Heartstopper NZ, the car just suddenly snapped on him, which caused a bit of an incident. But it's easy to do. You know, you've really got to rev these cars quite a fair bit to get them off the line, and it's a very fine line between bogging it down and potentially spinning it. So yeah, they're not the easiest things to get off the line, but if you can nail it, yeah, you can find you'll jump quite a few positions.
What do you think is the optimal way to start these cars? About halfway up the rev meter?
No, look, the way I do it, full ping and then back it off so that the revs are just not bouncing.
Yep.
And then yeah, a little bit of wheel spinning first, drop it to second, and a little bit of wheel spin in second. But it's very easy for the back of the car to step out, because you do rely on that wheel spin to sort of get things going. So that's where you can get that, you know, the rear snapping out on you and you find yourself spinning it or off into the wall or worse, into somebody else.
I think I'm just getting an invite to join the race.
So as we see, they've changed the time too. So each race, it's a different time of the day. Oh, as we're just on board with Vintage at the moment, almost ran up the back of Tankmaster. So, you know, different track conditions now, so the boys have to get used to the different time of the day. You know, the car's gonna feel slightly different around here compared to the last race. And different markers will start to appear on the track for reference.
Alright, here we go. Race is about to begin. This is going to be an interesting turn one, I think.
Yeah, look, let's jump on board with Fine Moves. He got a great start in the first race, so let's see if he can do the same in the second and push his way through the field. But they got it done nice and clean the first race, so let's see if they can do the same in the second. Vintage off to a great start. Adam V10 off to a great start. Tankmaster, Fimers, all of those boys off to a fantastic start at the moment. Up You Baby got a great start too. He leads him into the first turn. So as we get through the first chicane, it's Up You, Early, Vintage, Intrinsic, Troy, Smurf, Tankmaster, Zuzu. Actually, Piper's just taken Zuzu. But Up You Baby and Early, first and second, just off. Good start, pushing hard.
One's heading off.
Don't know if we'll be able to catch it. Oh, as we see, Intrinsic just got a little bit sideways coming through that first S. That's going to hurt him as he goes up the hill. And Troy's picked up a 0.3 second penalty. I don't know what that's from. Whether it was a track limit thing or if he just made a bit of contact with somebody.
Early is putting a bit of pressure on Up You at the front of the race. And Vintage is closing in as well.
All the boys through the bus stop was the first time. Everybody's through nice and clean. Nobody wanted to lift there. Both Vintage and Early holding it flat. Early making a move on Vintage. Can he get it done? I mean on Up You Baby, he can. Just pushing Up You a little bit wide, but it's a drag race down to the next quarter as they come over the start-finish line. Great driving by the two of them. Up You with the better drive out of the corner and still holds the lead. But Early's going for a move under brakes. Early's got better track position. Let's see who comes out on top. Early's going to have to give, Up You's going to have to give way to Early. Good driving there by Early, good driving by Up You. But that's brought Vintage and Intrinsic into the mix. So four-way battle for first at the moment. Will Piper up in fifth already, so he's had a fantastic start. So he's pushed his way through nicely. So he's got a little bit of a no man's land at the moment. 1.5 seconds behind Intrinsic, 1.3 seconds in front of Smurf. So this Piper just got to, he's going to have to push hard and see if he can get him back in this field. Which shouldn't be too hard considering they're all dicey at first.
Adam's all over the back of Smurf at the moment, coming down to that hairpin down the bottom of the hill.
So as they come up through the bus stop, we've got Early, Up You, Vintage, and Intrinsic. Oh, just missing the walls. Vintage goes through a little bit of a slide into the bus stop there. It's going to hurt him for a little bit of time and give Intrinsic a chance to catch right up. Or as we see Up You make a brave move under brakes, just giving Early a little bit of a touch, but gets it done nice. That is great driving by the pair, and a really good opportunity for overtaking is that last corner. So now Early with the slipstream, is he going to make a move again? So he can't get it done this time. Up You just keeping it at bay. But what the boys really want to be careful is they don't want to eat up. Oh, actually it's only 10 laps, forget that. I thought we were doing the 20 lapper. So So great battle for first place at the moment, and Wheel to Wheel Piper already all over the back of Intrinsic. So Wheel to Wheel Piper, early running wide there, that's going to hurt his run up the hill. Though can Vintage capitalise on Early's missing A-bags? I don't think he can, and actually Early's got a slipstream from up here. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Early and more contact. So, but Early pulls out. He had to give way. Oh, Early's hit the wall. Vintage hit the wall. Intrinsic's hit the back of Vintage. It's all happening as they come through the bus stop there. And the big winner of that is Piper, who's moved up into a third.
It's the nature of that corner. You just essentially follow the person in front. If they hit the wall, there's a good chance you're going to as well.
Yeah, you hit the wall, you're going to lose at least half a second through there. So, Piper's the real winner then. Now Piper getting it done on Early. Easy as you like, under brakes. That's great driving by Piper. Showing his experience there. So now Piper up in the second and chasing Up You Baby for first. So I don't think it's going to take Piper too long to get onto the back of Up You Baby. So as they make their way up through the S's, Piper just in slip distance here, so we might see him be able to make a move under brakes down here. Too far away, yes. So his next opportunity is going to be the last corner if he can get a good run through the bus stop. So he goes through the... Just let them sort themselves out first, so... They both glanced the wall coming through the bus stop there, which has brought Early back into the mix. So now all three of them, let's see if Piper can get the slipstream and make a move on Up You Baby under brakes here. Probably a little bit too far back.
On, Vintage by Intrinsic by the end of this lap.
Again, great driving there by Wheel to Wheel Piper. He's made the move cleanly on Up You Baby, and now he's just going to have to put his head down and try to run away with it. Just see how long Up You and Early can hang with him.
Troy and Smurf are about to have a battle. They might be going into the sleep side.
So we've got Troy, Zuzu and Smurf all just dicing hard at the moment.
I think a lot of those top 5 guys from last race, they must have got into some early trouble. We've got Zuzu down in 9th, Tank Master 10th. Fine Moves has got the fastest time, but I'd say he's down to 11th or 12th.
Yeah, I think you're right. The only way I can see Fine Moves being in 12th is if he's made a mistake somewhere or got caught up in something, because he should have worked his way through the field, at least half the field by now.
Intrinsic's just made a move up the inside of Vintage on the last turn. Very clean.
Nice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a replay of it, but Piper's opened up a second lead over Up You Baby and Early, but the battle still raging between Up You and Early, with Early all over the back of Up You, still pushing hard and still trying to get it done. Some great racing by these two, so we'll have to keep an eye on them. If we go through the rest of the field, we've got Intrinsic in 4th, Vintage and Adam V10 all battling for 4th at the moment. So Adam is all over the back of the Valentino Rossi Nissan.
In the group behind that, there's 4 of them all close to each other. Got Smurf, Troy, Zoo and Tankmaster all very close together.
Yeah, look, just don't know where to look at the moment. There's so much great racing going on. Smurf doing everything he can to keep Troy and Zuzu, but Zuzu's got to make a run on who is it? On Troy. Can he get it done cleanly? No, it looks like Tankmaster's going to get it done on Zuzu. So Tankmaster's the big winner out of that and making a beautiful move on Zuzu.
Early's now right behind them. He must have gone off.
I have no idea what's happened, but I can only imagine that he spun it. Oh, and Zuzu's off into the wall. He spun it. Such an easy thing to do. So that's given Smurf a whole heap of breathing room.
Adam V10 has just overtaken Intrinsic on the last corner.
Yeah, and Vintage has just dropped back a fraction. But yeah, really don't know what happened to Early, whether he did it himself or him and UpU had a bit of an incident. But, you know, Early was looking really good for a podium. So he must be kicking himself at the moment. So now, will we see Adam V10 catch up to UpU Baby? And if so, can he drag Intrinsic and Vintage with him?
Vintage is putting a lot of pressure on Intrinsic now.
So Wheel to Wheel Piper opened up a 4.3 second lead. He is absolutely dominating at the moment. And unless he bids at the bus stop, I cannot see him losing it from here. But Adam V10 all over the back of UpU Baby. Can UpU hold him out as they approach the first corner leading up to the bus stop?
Oh, it's gonna be a close one.
Now will Adam make a move under brakes here? Or will he save it for the first corner? He's going to make a move under brakes. Can he get it done?
Yeah, UpU's
that's got it done easy, and that's beautiful driving there by Adam V10. But UpU's coming back at him. He's got a great run out of that corner. So it's a drag race to the next corner, and UpU's the winner of that drag race at the moment.
Yeah, UpU was wise to stay on the racing line there. Yeah,
well, as we see, UpU just missing the apex of that corner a little bit there. I don't know if he was just trying to give Adam a bit of room, but nevertheless, it's given Intrinsic and Vintage a chance to catch up. Oh, UpU's off.
Adam's trying to redress and it's causing drama everywhere.
Yeah, he tried to redress.
So that was Adam, was it?
Yeah, I think he's giving him a nudge on the back.
Yeah, Adam's redressed. So that's really unlucky there by Adam.
Yeah, I think it was just at the breaking point. There's just been a bit of a nudge. He's just sent him into the fence. There wasn't much in it, but yeah, Adam's had to redress.
So now the battle for second is now between Vintage and Intrinsic. So Intrinsic's got Vintage all over the back of him at the moment as they approach the bus stop.
Yeah, they've been battling for several laps now. It's going to be close. Intrinsic's a bit better through the chicane, but Vintage just keeps catching up.
Yeah, he's getting that slipstream. Just can he get... Oh, he's run a little bit wide there. So with 2 laps to go, I think second can beat anybody's between second and fifth. So we've got Intrinsic, Vintage, Tankmaster and Smurf. I think once Intrinsic and Vintage start really battling, that's going to give Tankmaster and Smurf an opportunity to get right off the back of the team. So Adam V10 just gets past UpU now. So it's a real shame. They're having a great race. Unlucky for UpU. You know, he was really looking good, and I really thought he might get a podium here.
How's Intrinsic's tyres looking? He seems to be getting a little bit sideways out of the last, 4 or 5 braking points.
Yeah, look, Intrinsic, he's got a little bit more wear than what, say, Vintage has. Tankmaster's tyres are looking far better than what Vintage's are, so, Tankmaster might be the one to watch through here. And Smurf is also a little bit ragged, as his tyres are a little bit worn too. So Tankmaster with a beautiful run through the bus stop. Oh, I thought he clipped the inside wall there. But he's all over the back of Vintage at the moment. Is he going to make a move on the brakes? No, I think he's going to try to. he's given Vintage just a bit of a tap there. Well caught there by Vintage.
Still tapping him.
So Tankmaster and Vintage rubbing all the way down the straight. Tankmaster with the better tyres. Yeah, so Vintage just didn't have the grip to outbrake Tankmaster there. So now Tankmaster all over the back of Intrinsic on the last lap. Can Intrinsic keep Tankmaster at bay for 3/4 of a lap? He is hustling Intrinsic at the moment. He is all over the back of him.
If he's right there at the top of the hill, I think he's got it.
Yeah, look, he's close enough, and if he can remain this close as they come up over the top, I think a move under brakes is most likely at the hairpin. Let's see if he goes for it. They're both going to brake late. They both brake really late. Tankmaster with the better tyres gets the move done nice and clean. Oh, Intrinsic gets on the gas to try to come back, but just can't. But he's still in a slip position and may be able to make a move into the last corner, but it's a big ask. Tankmaster got a great run out of that hairpin and through the bus stop. So Piper, as we see, finished with a 10-second lead. Piper has just smashed it. Tankmaster's going to take second. Intrinsic for third. Vintage Racer for fourth. Smurf and your mum for fifth. Early for sixth. Don't know what happened to Early, but unlucky. I thought you were good for a podium. Up You Baby seventh. Adam V10's conceded and given a position back to Up You for eighth. Zuzu, after having a spin at the hairpin, going into the bus stop, finishes ninth. Con 10th. Fine moves, settles for 11th, and just, I think he's just decided to give himself a better start for race 3. Because I expected Fine Moves to be a lot closer to the field. So I think that was more strategy more than anything else after a while. And Troy in 12th. So congratulations to Piper, great drive, starting from the back of the pack to finish first. And not just finish first, he's dominated with a 10.5 second lead. So that's it, race 2. So now we've got a 20 lap endurance race around here to finish off. So what are our thoughts, boys? You know, this 20 lap race, are they going to want to try to save some fuel, save their tyres, or is it just 2 10-lap sprints? How would you approach it?
Yeah, I think it's a 2 10-lap sprints, but I haven't been practicing this. What do you think, Dale?
I'd say split it down the middle. Yeah, pit it down to lap 10, just keep it even. I mean, unless you're really good on your tyres, maybe stretch it out to try and get 11, 12 out of it, and otherwise, yeah, split it down the middle. It's just easy.
Yeah.
Would any of you try to conserve your fuel a little bit, or would you just go as hard as you can?
If you're in a battle pack, I think it might be worthwhile to just try and stay behind and stay as close as you can. If there's a few guys battling together, yeah, save your fuel and then try jump them in the pit stops.
Yep. Yeah, look, I agree. You know, lap 10, you may as well come in. If you're one of those racers that are good on new tyres, like say a Piper is, we know how good on tyres he can be. Early is also generally pretty good on tyres. So the likes of those guys, Con also can be quite good on tyres, but extremely good with fuel. So you know, the likes of those guys, you may see them go, you know, 12, 13 laps. And make a push, real hard push to the end. You know, if you can save a little bit of fuel, it means less time in the pits.
I guess
you're looking at around 3 seconds a lap for fuel, or 2.5 seconds a lap for fuel.
I guess the other thing really is to kind of where the guys are starting. So you've got Fine Move's already going to be starting out of second. He dominated race 1. You got Con in third. Adam's starting in fifth. I mean, if those guys get to the front, they might just go hard out and try and, you know, just push the gap out as far as they can, and then I don't think it'll really matter. Then if you're trying to play catch up, I'm not sure you can really keep up the speed sufficiently to bridge the gap while also saving fuel. So I think it depends how that lap 1 turns out between all of them.
I really think that this race is going to be dominated by Fire Moves. I think that he's going to lead from the start and just run away with it. With Piper starting from the back, he's got all the work to do. I think Piper could probably push his way up into second place, but with Fire Moves starting at the front of the pack, I just think it's going to be too much for Piper to do, and I think you'll see Fire Moves just run away with this race. So I dare say it's going to be like a battle for second and third. So I don't know how long we've got between the start, but I'll take the opportunity to just say, look, if you're interested in participating in wheel-to-wheel racing, head to our Facebook page and look up the Wheel-to-Wheel Racing League site, and then you can click our sign up button. From there it'll take you to our Discord page. So this is a five round series. It's just an interim series before we start season 6. But yeah, 1 make series, 3 races per round, 2 sprint races, and the enduro. It's making for some great racing, and I've really enjoyed the race tonight, so I'm really looking forward to our next race.
Yeah, Red Bull in the wet for the next week for the first race. It's going to be very interesting in these cars getting around that track.
Yeah, look, Red Bull in the wet is going to throw up some strange results, which will make the other races quite interesting. For any of those who saw the wet race at the Red Bull Ring in season 5, and for those who actually did it, it's quite challenging driving these cars in the wet. So I'm going to say that these Nissans with more power are probably going to be even harder.
Yeah, I'm with you on there. I think it's going to be... I'm not even sure it's going to be that important to win that first race. It's reverse grid for the second one. So, I mean, if you're good in the dry, I think that might work out for you. Just, just hold on for dear life through that first race, hope for the best, and then, just go for broke in race 2 and 3.
Yeah, he's going to try not to spin it.
That's probably what it's going to come down to. The least spins will win.
Sweet, they're starting.
Here we go for the main event.
So yeah, 20 laps, Seasides. Watch for. Let's jump on with. Let's jump on with Piper and let's see him go. How he goes. On second, I can just see him running away with it.
Well, this is exciting. What will happen?
Oh, Fire Moves bogs it down. Troy gets a great start. Early pushed his way through the field. He gets a great start also. Early's going to overtake Fire Moves coming from the first corner, quite possibly. Great start from Early, coming back from the middle of the pack. Oh, and Adam V10 comes from nowhere. Early, really unlucky, gets pushed off the track there. From probably a bump from Adam V10 into Fire Moves. Unlucky, but I think it's just a racing incident to the first corner. Nothing.
Oh, he's come off now. Oh, he's doing so well to keep it on the track early. He's had a bad couple of corners there, but I can't believe how well he's kept it on the track.
Yeah, look, Early the big loser there. Oh, as he gives Vintage just a bit of a touch there.
Yeah.
So early, the big loser after getting such a great start, just gets a little bit of a push from Fire Moves after Fire Moves got pushed by Adam V10. But as it was just a racing incident, nobody needed to redress. It was just a classic 3 wide into a corner, and it didn't fit. Yeah, finish.
A couple of positions.
Did he just outbrake himself there? Or
yeah, he went for the move up the inside, didn't he?
Yeah, Vintage was going up the inside, but he got knocked. I'm not sure who was behind him. Yeah. But it knocked him wide into the corner and lost 2 positions.
So look, here we go. Adam V10 v Fire Moves. I think this should be an interesting race between the pair. Let's see what Fire Moves does. He might just want to sit behind Adam V10, conserve his fuel, conserve his tyres, and see where he's at after probably about 8 or 9 laps. Because at the moment he doesn't look like he's pushing too hard, so he's content to sit behind Adam V10.
Yeah, it's probably the right thing to do.
Fire Moves is just sitting behind Adam V10 at the moment. He's not trying to push. He just wants to sit behind to conserve by the look of it. He's short shifting. So Fire Moves 100% saving fuel, and a bit of racecraft going on at the moment by Fire Moves.
If Troy starts to skip away, do you think he'll then put the hammer down and just, put the pressure on Adam to get through and catch up?
Oh yeah, look, I don't think Adam's going to let Troy get away too much. Looks like Adam's trying to conserve a bit of fuel as well, so Adam would probably want to close that gap just a fraction, but he's still within the slipstream distance. His only points. Oh, actually, he's just outside. Sorry, I was looking at the gap between him and Fire Moves. So yeah, he's not going to.
Intrinsic.
Fire Moves makes a move.
Intrinsic and Smurf have just eaten the bus stop.
So easy.
Might get a replay of that.
So Zuzu in 4th with Upview all over the back of him, and early all over the back of Upview. So Zuzu looking fantastic in his My Little Pony, pink My Little Pony. He's looking a treat. And he's doing well up in 4th at the moment. So let's see if he can keep Upview and early at bay. We push back and have a look at the rest of the field. We've got Tankmaster just looking to tag himself onto the back of this battle for, 4th place. So Tankmaster not far from back at early at the moment. And then Vintage 2 seconds off Tankmaster with Piper and Con gaining. So Piper at the moment, he's not trying to push too hard, he's racing fairly conservative at the moment, short shifting, so he's definitely trying to conserve his fuel and tyres.
Well, I know Upview almost had a crash.
Oh, with Zoo spinning, Zoo has spun. So unlucky for Zoo, he's just having a horrible race tonight.
I was going to replay this as well.
He's not enjoyed the bus stop at all. That's the second spin through the bus stop we've seen from Zoo tonight. I don't know if it was from himself or if it's just...
Yeah, it's all himself. He was leading the pack there and he's just hit the right side of the fence on the
and Upview's almost almost followed him into it as well.
So you see Vintage just give Wheel-to-Wheel Piper just a bit of a friendly tap. Oh, and he almost loses it coming out of the chicane. So keep pushing, Vintage. Looking good in your Rossi, tribute to Rossi livery Nissan. I've got to say, it's one of my favourites because I'm a massive Rossi fan myself. But look, the battle seems to be at the moment between Adam V10 and Troy, and then the battle between Upview and Tankmaster, although it looks like Tankmaster's going to make a move on the brakes here on Upview, baby. He's got it done nice and clean. So early just having a nice race. But yeah, Adam V10 all over the back of Troy at the moment. And I think he's quite content there. It doesn't look like he's trying to push too hard.
Lucky got a great run through the chicane. Looks like he's going to get his place back. Yep.
Oh, Adam steps it out just a little bit coming out of that last turn. So easy to do. But yeah, he's not pushing too hard. He's sitting behind Troy. I think he'll be content to sit there as long as Fine Moves doesn't get too far in front.
Tank Master's taking that position back from up you again into the chicane.
But Fine Moves, you know, he's in first. He's got a 1.7 second lead, but he's still driving fairly conservatively. Short shifts all the way, just trying to save fuel. So if we go through the field and just have a look at their tyres and fuel in the fifth lap, Fine Moves, you know, he's looking pretty good at the moment. Troy looks like he's used a fair bit of fuel to be where he is at the moment, and Adam B10 probably about the same amount as Fine Moves, sitting between that sort of between half and three quarters. Early the same, sitting between that half and three quarter mark. Tank Master's doing the same, you know, just short shifting. So is Piper. Up you, baby. Vintage has been pushing hard. He's about the same as what Troy HQ is, and almost at the halfway mark already. But Con, the big winner, I reckon Con's probably conserves the most fuel at the moment. And the rest of the field pretty much look all fairly similar.
Yeah, this is the first lap where all the cars are spread out by 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, so the real battle at the moment seems to be Vintage on to Up You Baby. So let's just stay with these pair for the moment as we see Vintage try to make a move on Up You, but just had a look, just let Up You know that he's there, trying to pressure him into a mistake. But Up You not having any of it and actually running away. Just a fraction. But Vintage has got the slipstream, and can he get it done under? No, he's not close enough to get it done down here. So, let's see. Oh, as we see Troy HQ into the bus stop, he's really damaged his car there. So, oh, and then his ghost has come alive at Con's speed. That is so unfortunate for Con.
We'll get a replay from Con's angle.
Oh, jeez.
Troy HQ's car just came out of ghost mode at the really wrong time, and Con was just a massive loser in that one. It's nobody's fault. It's just a horrible, horrible circumstance of GT racing. So Con the real loser there. But both cars with massive amounts of damage. So were we able to get a replay of that?
Yeah, we saw a replay from Con's angle.
Okay. So let's jump back on to Vintage Racer, and maybe we could even jump into the cockpit of Vintage, and let's just finish off this lap with him as he tries to make a move on Up You Baby. Such a tough corner coming out of this chicane, or not chicane, that hairpin, as you come through the first chicane through the bus stop. As Vintage just lifts through there, didn't want to hold it flat, which has given Up You just a chance to put on a couple of extra tenths.
Yeah, he's turned a bit early into that last corner. You should be taking quite a late apex.
Yeah, I like a late apex into that. I'm braking probably 10 metres before the the ripple strip and then turning in late, so they get a really good run out and get maximum speed down that straight.
I think we're going to see a battle between Tankmaster and Early in a lap or two. We're looking up for that.
Yeah, as we see Adam V10 now with Troy putting it into the wall, he's got plenty of fresh air between him and Early. And Fine Moves, he's got a 4.3 second lead. He is just coasting at the moment. He's half shifting. He's conserved his tyres, he's conserving his fuel. Oh, as he gets a little bit messy through the bus stop, there's a heart-in-the-mouth moment for you, Fine Moves. You've done well to keep it off the wall, mate. But, yeah, Fine Moves driving the perfect race at the moment, strategy-wise. But it's no surprise, starting second on the grid, we called it at the start. We knew he was going to run away with it. It's just going to be a question of how much he wins by. And Piper's moved up into 5th, so Piper, you know, he's not pushing too hard at the moment. I think you'll see a real push from him over the next probably. I think Piper will probably pit lap 12 and then push really hard. But Tankmaster all over the back of Early at the moment. Oh, actually he's just stuffed up through that last corner. I actually don't know what happened, but he's almost lost a second to him, so Tankmaster making a mistake. Which is now put like an even split between Early, Tankmaster and Piper. So, up to you, baby, and Vintage still having a nice little battle, and I think this pair are going to battle the entire race. Zuzu getting a little bit shaky coming out of the hairpin, leading into the bus stop. All alone by himself, having a horrible race with Zuzu. There's a few extra ponies on board, I expected him to be a lot quicker, but he's just having a horrible time with it at the moment. So, Adam V10 first to blink into the pits with Early. Followed by Zuzu's coming to the pits as well. So, Adam's out. Intrinsic's in. Oh, and Smurf is into the wall at the bus stop. So, unlucky for Smurf. That's his race has gone from bad to worse. So, Fine Moves with a 6.7 second lead at the moment over Tankmaster and Piper. So, Adam V10, let's see if the undercut works. You'd have to think it would. Plus he had a massive lead over the rest of the field. So as we see, we'll stay on with Fine Moves. I reckon it's going to go for another lap or two. Let's see what he does. His tyres aren't too bad. He's got a 7-second lead. He's bringing it into the pits.
I think we might go with
the
Adam.
other two stay out.
Might bring it back to Adam just to kind of see that gap when
So Tankmaster in, Wheel Piper in, so they've all followed each other, which is smart by Piper. You don't want to let Tankmaster go by himself. Vintage is in. So we're on board with Adam V10. You'd expect Fine Moves to come out way in front of him. And he has. So Fine Moves with a 4-second lead over Adam V10. So, you know, not bad by Adam. He's done the undercut and he's pushed really hard.
Yeah, he's probably gained only about half a second to a second on him by doing that. At least it's brought him a little bit closer.
And Early also was the undercut, so he's now up into 3rd place with Tankmaster and Piper chasing. So I don't know if Tankmaster did a short fill or what, but he seems to have opened up a slight lead over Piper, considering they came in around the same time. Yeah, so it looks like Tankmaster's taken maybe a lot less fuel than what Piper has. So Piper may have just accidentally overfilled.
That's easy to do.
Or have Early and Tankmaster underfilled. Only time will tell. So as we go through the race, after we've seen all the boys come through the pits, we've got Fine Move with a 3.7 second lead over the rest of the field, with Adam B10 chasing behind him with a 2.5 second lead over Early. Then it's Tankmaster, Wheel to Wheel Piper, Up You Baby, Zuzu. So I don't know what's happened to Vintage. Vintage has had incident somewhere, or his pit crew just decided to come out 3 minutes after he came into the pits, because Zuzu's jumped him. And Vintage is a good 10 seconds behind Up You Baby, so I have no idea what's happened, but Vintage not having the best night. So then we've got Troy and Con after a horrendous incident at the bus stop back in 9th and 10th, with Smurf 11th and Intrinsic 12th, although Smurf just pitted, so that gives 11th place to Intrinsic. So just see if we can go through the field and get a bit of action, but they're all fairly evenly spread at the moment, so I think the place to be is with Early and Tankmaster. As we see Early go purple, or as the Tankmaster go purple. So let's see if Tankmaster can pull off the fastest lap here, which currently Adam B10 holds with a 1:27.945.
I mean, one lap after the pits, Adam's actually holding that gap to Fine Moves. Piper takes it.
He wasn't able to improve on the time, but he still put it in a 1:27.76, so nice time there by Tankmaster.
Piper behind him is just on the fastest lap.
Yep, 1:27.483. So as we expected, Piper, after pitting, is on a charge now, and he'll want to get around these two as fast as he can. Although, Early's driving well, and Tankmaster's no slouch either. So Piper's got his hands full at the moment. And these cars can be quite difficult in dirty air, so... But a nice little race developing between these three. So as we see Early come through the bus stop with Tankmaster and Wheel to Wheel Piper. Tankmaster with the slipstream, but is he close enough to make a move here? Early goes defensive. Oh, as we see Piper come in under brakes. Don't know if he gave Tankmaster a little bit of a nudge, but couldn't get it done, and he's just tucked in behind him. So as they all tuck onto the slipstream for Early, as they come down the start finish straight into the chicane, and Tankmaster had a look, but he's had to pull out of it. Has this given Piper a chance to go for an overtake? Is they're going to come too right? There's a dicey section to come through. As we see, so Piper's going to have to back out, which he has. Great driving by the two of them.
I might get a replay of that just from on board.
Yeah, look, it's so easy to do. Two through that corner is brave.
Yeah, you can't overtake on the inside there.
But that just gives Early the chance to really put the pedal down and give himself some breathing room.
It looks like he almost got it done. He just hit the ripple strip and has just unsettled the car that little bit too much. Almost got it through there.
It never goes well trying to overtake on the inside there.
So things working for in Early's favour, considering the horrible start he had after the great start he had. And also, I believe there was an incident between him and Upview in the second race. So Early, at the moment, in contention for a podium, which would be well deserved, you'd think. So if we just jump to fine moves at the moment, he's just doing it nice and easy. He's on a Sunday drive, 5.1 second lead over Adam V10. Just absolutely killing it at the moment. He's probably got his feet up. He's listening to a bit of Miley Cyrus as he sips his Macca's coffee around the racetrack.
Life couldn't get any better.
Oh, he's living the dream. If he could set up a hammock in there, I'm sure he would. So Adam V10 in second, 5 seconds, 5.3 seconds behind Fine Moves. And Adam's looking very comfortable at the moment as well. He's got no pressure from early. He's got a 3.5 second gap over third place. So yeah, Adam's looking really comfortable as well. So Early, he just needs to focus on being really consistent. Let Tankmaster and Piper battle each other, and let's see where he's at with 5 laps to go. Oh, as we see Piper just bin it at the bus stop. He's just taken too much of that chicane there, too much of the ripple strip, which has fired him off into the wall, and he sustains a massive amount of damage there. Unlucky Piper, that is your race over for third at least.
Yeah, that gives Early, takes all the pressure off him.
Yeah, so Early, not aware of it yet, but certainly got some breathing space. But now Tankmaster also has nobody to battle, which really gives him an opportunity to catch up to Early. So it's not over yet, boys. There's a 2.2 second lead or difference between Early and Tankmaster, and Tankmaster is lapping just a fraction quicker than what Early has been, just going off their lap times. So
you'd expect then Tankmaster to start to eat into that time a little bit more, because now he's got no battle on his hands. He should be able to get smoother lines, less pressure on him.
Yeah, look, Tankmaster, there's not much difference between the times that they're doing, but he is, a couple of hundredths quicker. But they're both lapping in the 128s. The key's going to be to not make any mistakes through the bus stop, stay off that wall is going to be crucial, and then making sure you get that run up through the S's. So just go back and have a look at the rest of the field at the moment, which is quite spread. We've got Con catching up to Up You Baby. He's about a second behind Up You at the moment, so but Con looks like he's got a bit of pace. As we see Up You hit the wall, and Con has just flown by. So, as we can see right there, that all it takes is one tap with the wall, and you're losing a second to 3 seconds. So, Early's actually gaining on Adam V10. He's taken a second out of his time, second and a half out of his time. So I don't know if Adam's brushed the wall coming through the bus stop, or if Early's just driving the pants off that thing, but he's definitely gaining. Now down to 1.8.
Better tyres than Adam V at the moment.
Ah, that's right. Adam pitted on lap 9. As we see.
Sorry, someone's lost it in the chicane.
Yeah, that was Smurf. So Smurf being lapped.
I saw the black and white and I thought it was Fine Moves for a second there.
That Fine Moves is still 7.8 seconds in front of Adam.
Yeah.
So Fine Moves, the gap's just getting larger and larger. He's doing it easy. He's got his arm on the window. Listening to Wrecking Ball. Just loving life.
Just jumping on board with early now.
With yeah, look, he's yeah, let's jump on board with him. Why not? He's having a cracking race at the moment, so he's got that gap down to 1.6 seconds.
It's almost that's all he needed. You know, he gained about a second and a half on Adam. Now he's just within striking distance. Put the pressure on. Maybe he can force him into another mistake.
Early's also got considerably less fuel, so he's got less fuel and more tyres. He's got a much faster car.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, I think he took on a lap or two, or probably a lap less than he needed to, so he may need to conserve a bit of fuel as well. But at the moment, he's pushing hard.
You might have put the mockers on Fine Moves.
Down to 1.4.
You put the mockers on him.
Oh, Fine Moves
has
put in the bus stop, which is put early. Unbelievable. Fine Moves has just ruined his race. I don't know what's happened, but I was on board with Tankmaster, with Early's he's come through, and that has just ruined Early's race as well. So that is incredibly unlucky for Early. And Fine Moves just doing it too comfortably, just bends it at the bus stop. And we've been saying it all night, the bus stop can ruin your race.
It's a killer.
So Fine Moves has gone from 7.7 seconds to 4th.
He was very unlucky there, so he hit the inside on the left hand, just lost it, he ghosted. Adam only just got through as he was kind of switching between ghost and non-ghosting. And yeah, as he was trying to flick around, he's just unghosted right in front of Early and just, yeah, that's it. Race over.
But, yeah, Early really unlucky. I mean, you know, he's still in 3rd place, but really that should have been 2nd for him. So now Fine Moves with a 7-second gap, 8-second gap back to, 7-second gap back to Early. So it just goes to show, you know, the bus stop, it's so easy to get it wrong, and it can affect your race so much. And Adam V10 lifts as he goes through there that time, not wanting to give away a 3-second lead to Tankmaster.
Well, why not? You're coming up to the final lap now. 3 seconds is a lot to try and gain in one lap. Play it safe.
Yeah. So Early, unlucky again, but lucky to still keep his 3rd position though.
Yeah, I guess look at the positives. At least it happened in the 20-lap race towards the end. If this was one of the 10-lap race, the field would have been so much closer.
Yeah.
Would have been in last straight away.
So, but the big winner out of that was Adam V10. So he was looking good for a podium in 2nd, but now he's going to take the race win. As he's on the last lap with a 2.6 second gap over Tankmaster. Tankmaster has gone from 4th up into 2nd, so he's also a big winner in Fine Moves instant. Then we've got Early, and great drive by Early. You know, he got such a good start, and then just through no fault of his own, got knocked around a bit through that first turn as they all tried to go 3 wide through it. But you know, he to his credit, he stuck at it and he's just driven a nice consistent race, and really should have finished 2nd, but tonight he's going to get a podium at least anyway. So well done to Early, you have earned that 3rd spot, that's for sure. Fine Moves the big loser. You know, 1st place, 7-second lead. Oh, as he goes into the wall again. So Fine Moves is just frustrated now.
I might pull that one up on replay as well.
Yeah, look, he's just taken too much of the ripple strip and it's thrown him off into the wall. So easy to do, but yeah, he kicked himself. So Vintage has gone from about 2nd last to 4th. Unbelievable by Vintage, well done. Bit of Rossi magic, gets him over the line for 4th place.
Early's run out of petrol.
Early's run out of petrol, my God.
Oh, that was so close.
Oh, if he lost his podium because he ran out of fuel, that would have been just really unfortunate.
I bet Vintage was very excited there.
I bet he was. So, look, Adam V10 getting it done first, Tank Master second, early third, just over Vintage after early ran out of fuel. Piper, after bidding it at the bus stop, has taken out fifth. Fine Moves will be not happy with himself, throwing away the race win for sixth. Troy HQ is seventh after bidding it at the bus stop also. Zuzu in the My Little Pony has just had a shocking race to take eighth, but that's it, boys. Adam V10 getting it done for race victory. Well done to Adam V10, well done to Tank Master, and well done to Early. Congratulations.
Congrats, guys.
And that's it. That is the first round of the off-season for Wheel to Wheel. So next week we're at the Red Bull Wet Ring in the wets. So it should provide some interesting racing.
Oh, definitely. Wet weather always throws a spanner in there. Red Bull Ring, nice short track. I think it's going to be an exciting race, especially after this race leading off the off-season. It was just battles everywhere all through the pack. I think this is going to set it up nicely for next week.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. So look, before we go, if you're interested in participating in Wheel to Wheel Racing, head to our Facebook page and look for Wheel to Wheel Racing League, and then click the sign up button. From there you can head into the Discord and go from there. It's not too late to join this off season, but then we've got the real season 6 starting up in about 5 weeks time. It'll be 5 weeks time, sorry. So jump on board. But that's it for us tonight, boys. Herbal, thank you very much.
Yep, pleasure.
And
Thanks,
Dale,
everyone.
Thanks Rexy, thanks Herbal, thanks for joining us tonight.
And have a good evening.
See you guys, see you next week, see you on the track.
Yeah, thanks boys.
See you.